If money could be made through magic and jinn, Elon Musk would be the richest man in the world today, or maybe some wizard would be. But if the Jews didn't rely on magic or jinn to earn wealth, how did they manage to control the global economy? It's a very interesting story. When Jews were leaving Muslim regions and moving toward European nations, the European Christians still held strong hatred toward them. To keep the Jews under control, a law was enacted stating that Jews could live in Europe, but were not allowed to buy land, and additionally, they were to remain completely separate from European armies and politics. Of course, the Jews had only one option left: business. All over Europe, Jewish people started becoming major traders and businessmen. Gradually, they accumulated a significant amount of wealth. However, there was a problem: Jews were not allowed to buy land with this money. On the other hand, Christians were spending all their money on land. This created a situation in Europe where Christians had very little cash available because it was all tied up in land, while Jews had large sums of money that they couldn't invest in property. So, the Jews began lending money to Christians at interest. Here's another point: even in Judaism, lending money at interest is prohibited, but only among themselves. With people of other religions, they were allowed to do so. As a result, Jews started lending large amounts of money to Christians with interest. Eventually, even many Christian kings began borrowing from Jews with interest. By this time, borrowing from Jews at interest had become so common in Europe that a famous writer, William Shakespeare, even mentioned it in his works. The Jews earned so much from this system of interest that they started opening small banks in almost every city across Europe. However, when the Jews reached the peak of their financial power, a serious problem arose.